Oh, nice. Let me Google that. Oh, no. Huh? Whoa. Okay, guys, so if you've been living under a rock, you probably would not have heard about these two things that are going, absolutely blowing up on the internet. So the Nyankat artist managed to make $600,000 in with one art, and this guy Beeple, he managed to make $3.5 million selling a whole bunch of his art on the weekend. And most of these two examples are examples of these artists selling their stuff with NFTs or blockchain or crypto art. So if you're just getting into the scene of blockchain or NFTs, and you tried looking for information out there about NFTs, I bet you would have gotten, like my intro, a lot of information overload. You might think after looking at that information, the tech is too complicated, and most of the information isn't really that relevant to you as an artist. So what makes my video different? So if you don't know anything about crypto artworks, this is the video for you. If you want to learn how more about it and how to make money with it, definitely for you. And if you want to hear about crypto art and NFTs from artists, well, I'm your guy, I hope. And if you're a crypto investor and you just so happen to stumble across my video, I recommend you stick around to the last 2 chapters to get an idea of what an artist thinks about NFTs, and maybe some really great selling ideas for you in the bonus section. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about 2 ways to make money with NFTs as an artist, a crash course on NFTs and crypto art, why artists should get into NFTs as soon as possible, what you need to get started, details of how to make money on an NFT marketplace, why NFTs are exciting, and a bonus, 4 more ideas to make even more money with NFTs. But you must be wondering, NFTs, crypto art, I'm pretty much going to show you how to sell your replicable digital art as if it were a unique painting on a wall without printing or recreating it in real space. But that's what's going to be in this video. But a little bit about me. I'm digital addict. That's my internet handle, and I'm a designer and an artist who loves visual communication tech. This includes the tech that I'm going to be talking about today, which is blockchain, cryptocurrency, and NFTs. I'm a dad, and I'm always looking for ways to diversify my income stream using my art. So definitely this was something I really researched into. I'm also starting to build my own art business. If you look at my channel, I'm not really too active. It's because I've been spending the last few months, whenever I do have some time, building my art business. I'm also a new VTuber content creator. I'm experimenting with making content on YouTube, and this is one of my first videos. I have a whole bunch coming up, but yeah. So why did I make this video? So information is power, and information in context helps who I want to help. And this info should get out there for everyone to benefit. And initially, I was wanting to get my artist friends to get into this so that they can benefit too. And when I was making the video, I realized there's just so much that my friends need to know to be more responsible. There's a lot of backlog into NFTs, and I realize it can be a bit intimidating for someone who's never gotten into blockchain, and most artists are not really very tech savvy actually. So I definitely wanted to make information for art that's easy for artists to understand. And most of the information out there about NFT and blockchain is a bit overwhelming, and it's not really directed to artists, and it's not explained in an easy way. You have to spend like months really getting into it to understand it a bit more, because most of the information out there is made by crypto nerds. Most importantly of all, I'm not a financial advisor, so they're just getting that out there, because I'm an idiot designer and artist trying to find ways to make more money out of my art. So yeah, definitely don't pay attention, don't take financial advice from me, but this is how I plan to use NFTs in the future. And also, the sooner artists get into NFTs, the more they'll make, because of early adopter advantage. And if you get in late, you can still make money. Don't worry about that, because the technology is just that revolutionary. So into the video, into the rest of the content. So I'm gonna go straight up into how, 2 different ways to make money with NFTs. Let me just go into a smaller window. All right, so chapter 1, 2 ways to make money with NFTs. The first is selling your digital art like it's tangible. So what do I mean? So we're going to be talking about selling on marketplace platforms. That's kind of like an eBay-like site. You can put up your art for auction to the highest bidder. You can even sell fixed priced art. You can sell individual goods, but you can also you don't have to sell the commercial license. There are some platforms with the ability to transfer the commercial license as well. Commercial license is the ability to use that art to make money besides the secondary market, which I'll talk about later. You can sell pretty much any digital good, such as still images, music, video, 3D models. I don't know why I repeated that. You earn a cryptocurrency called Ethereum that you can exchange for dollars. There's a caveat though. Every time you do something on blockchain, you will have to pay something called a gas or a transaction fees for on most NFT based platforms. That's something that you can't get away from, and I'll explain why in a little bit. And what I had to pay when I had to set up my store at first was $158. That's 0.1 Ethereum. I'll explain why you need to do that in a later chapter. But the most exciting thing about the platform, about NFTs, is that once you sell a piece of art, NFT art, whomever buys your digital art can resell it like real art. But more importantly, for artists, you can earn a percentage profit of that sale, which is not like real art, because in the real art world, when you sell your art and someone else profits off it, you don't see any of that. So in the current standard is roughly 10%, but you can make it lower, like 10% on Rarible, but you can make it lower, like 5% or 3%, whatever you want on the platform that I will recommend later. Now, the second way to make money as an artist on NFTs, and this is something that crypto investors are doing anyway, is that you can buy art and then sell it on the secondary market, just like what I mentioned over here. So, but for you, I recommend, as an artist, I recommend you buy your favorite niche artists. So buy your favorite niche artist for a low price, and after a little bit, like maybe days, months, years, you can sell it for a profit. I really recommend that if you're risk averse, I just recommend just sticking to selling your art, or buy art to have, not to sell. Now, I'm going to be talking about this a lot more later, because there are things that you need to take into account being an artist and following different artists is gives you an advantage over crypto investors who are getting into this. Now, a little bit of a warning, the cryptocurrencies or NFTs is very speculative and volatile. So please don't be blinded by huge amount of monies that people are making. Realistically, you're probably, if you don't have a big following, you're not going to make as much money there. But I recommend, like, even if you are small right now and you're thinking of making money, maybe one of your art will go big later on, and I'll explain why later. Now, you can definitely lose money if you go into it for the wrong reasons, and and really, if you're too greedy, you will lose money. And also, don't forget, I'm an idiot artist who's giving you this information. I recommend you really do your research. Now, I'm going to go into the second section, and I'm definitely going to go talk about, before that, I'm going to definitely talk about this more later. But if you want to skip to get you started already, you can go straight to what you need to start, but I don't recommend it because I really want to explain to you what makes the technology run, and having that knowledge might help you later to make more sensible decisions and make you feel like you are not getting into it too quickly. But yeah, let's get into that. So a little bit of a crash course on NFTs and crypto art is what I'm going to be explaining next. So what's an NFT? NFT stands for a non-fungible token. So to explain this word, it's a bit complicated, because whenever you try looking for any information out there, it gives you a lot of technobabble that can fly over quite a lot of people's heads. I know it took me a while to understand, but if I were to say what a fungible thing is, it's something that is not unique and is replaceable by another identical item. A non-fungible thing is something that is unique and cannot be replaced. If I can compare it to something, this digital image of the Mona Lisa right here is worth nothing in terms of dollars, but the real Mona Lisa located in the Louvre in Paris is priceless. You can't put a price on it. The actual image, the actual picture, you can't put a price on it. Something that you can put a price on is something like this. This Pokemon Charizard card, this picture of a Pokemon Charizard card, it's worth nothing, but the actual item that rapper Logic paid for, he paid $300,000 for a Charizard mint condition first edition Charizard Pokemon card. That's quite a lot of money. Now, of course, if you've read the news, the digital GIF, this GIF of Nyan Cat is worth absolutely nothing, and a fungible item of Nyan Cat doesn't exist. However, when you add a non-fungible token to it, you get this. It's worth $600,000 to someone out there. Well, it's actually worth 300 Ethereum, which is like I said, it does fluctuate the price. So this is what it was worth when the guy bought it, and now Ethereum went down to this much when I recorded this video. Now let's go back to the other word, in the NFT, non-fungible token. Now, to explain what a non-fungible token is, we have to get into the technology of the token, which is blockchain technology. Now, if I could use the analogy of a car engine, blockchain is literally the car engine in a car. NFT is kind of like, going back to this analogy, a car or motorized vehicle. I'm going to switch to a different type of motorized vehicle, which is like a delivery truck, and I'm going to compare that to cryptocurrency. And what cryptocurrency is a decentralized, trustless exchange system. Now, what is a decentralized trustless exchange system? For you to understand what that is, we'll talk about what a centralized trusted exchange system is. And that is, currency or money, the thing in your pocket that lets you buy your next PlayStation 5. Anyway, so in a centralized trusted exchange system or money, as you know, if you want to buy a good from someone, you give them some money, right? And then you get that good. But where does this money come from? This money comes from the central bank, or in the US, it's called the US Federal Reserve. This is centralized. All the money comes from this one place. They print this money, and because we trust the US Federal Reserve, the value is based on how much we trust this institution over here. And proof that the transaction happened is the cash. So this person over here knows that this transaction happened because he has the cash. That's a very simplistic way of explaining what a centralized trusted exchange system is, and I'm sure you guys know what that is. But what's a decentralized trustless exchange system? I have problems with the word trustless, but I'll get to that in a bit. So in a decentralized trustless exchange system, the exchange is quite similar, right? If we want a good from somebody, we send them a piece of computer code, or in this case, that'll be cryptocurrency, and we get the good. Now, the blockchain is what verifies, this transaction. We don't have a piece of paper money to prove that this guy doesn't have a piece of paper money to prove that he has equal exchange in value. But this line of computers that are all over the world, let's say there's computers in the US, this one's in China, this one's in Germany, this one's in Paris, this one is in Australia. These computers are all saying, yes, this transaction happened. Don't worry, it's all good. To reward all of these computers for confirming that this transaction happened, a transaction fee is paid to all of them, paid in crypto. So it's going to be paid in this case, it's going to be Ethereum. And proof of the transaction happened is on these computers. And this is what we call a decentralized trustless system. I hate that word, but it essentially means trustless. There's no need for trust. It just works in an ideal world. But in reality, we as a society must trust that the system works. Just like the central bank, if more people trust it, then it'll gain more trust. Now, the reason why I don't like the word trustless is because the people who keep describing blockchain like to think in ideals. They're all crypto nerds who think that in the future, paper money will be dead. Paper money will be dead, and it's all going to be cryptocurrency. But there's always been a hard rule is that never put your eggs into one basket. So I believe that in the future we need both cryptocurrencies and this centralized system. Now, you might be wondering, we already do have a digital currency exchange system, and it's credit cards. What's the difference? I would send computer code, digital dollars, and I would get money, right? The difference is the transaction fee is not paid by the person sending, it's paid by the merchant. So the merchant pays a transaction fee, whereas in cryptocurrencies, it's the person who's paying who has to pay the transaction fee. So it's kind of like a little tax for you every time you start paying with cryptocurrencies. So what makes this non-fungible? What makes this legit? Can we actually trust that this happens? Well, this is what happens in a normal situation, right? There's a reason why there's a blockchain. So when, let's say you say that you want a piece of good and you say, hey, the computer code says 42, but this guy, he's like, maybe I can profit off this guy and hack the system and tell the computer over here that instead this guy paid not 42 but 420. So all right, fine, that maybe this guy compromised, one system, but all the other computers say otherwise. Like there's no way this guy will be able to hack all these computers in some way. So all the other computers are saying it's 42, not 420. So eventually it will overwrite or override this system, so that all of them say that this transaction was 42, not 420. Okay, so in terms of cryptocurrency, as you know, it's a paper money. But what is a non-fungible token? What does that even mean, right? So if we go back into the words non-fungible token, so token is a digital title or deed that says you own a good, kind of like how land is how you prove that land is yours, right? That land belongs to you. That piece of paper says you own the land. So a non-fungible token is literally a digital version of a title or deed, and they're both by the same decentralized blockchain or a whole set of computers that say, yes, this is authentic, this transaction happened. And now crypto art is when an art has been signed and verified with a non-fungible token. So some general knowledge about crypto. So the two most well-known cryptocurrencies is Bitcoin. I'm sure you've heard about this in some way, and Ethereum. Ethereum is what most NFTs are traded in, and I like to compare Bitcoin as the digital gold bar, because it's not as easy to trade as Ethereum, which is kind of like silver dollar coins. Gold bars are stupid heavy. Silver dollar coins, you can put them in your pocket. And at the time of recording this video, Bitcoin was $49,629 US, and Ethereum costs, roughly $1.89.52 US. Some more knowledge for you as well. You can own 0.0001 of either currency. So you don't have to have an entire Ethereum or an entire Bitcoin. You can have a fraction of that. And also the value of crypto fluctuates based on society's trust on the platform. So as I mentioned earlier, we trust the US Federal Reserve. We trust this institution, but people as a society don't trust this too much, and this is what causes this whole fluctuation. And as more people get into cryptocurrency, the more valuable it will be to society. What does an NFT exchange look like? So an NFT, so if I want to get that, let's say I want to get this GIF of Neon Cut. It's the same scenario, right? I give this guy, let's say 100 Ethereum, and that's when I get that GIF. I now own this GIF, and I own the deed that says, yes, I own that GIF. Now, let's say if another person comes in, now if another buyer wants to get that, let's say, and he offers, 1.5 Ethereum, I'm like, yeah, cool, I definitely want to sell it for 1.5. Or conversely, he could also say, no, it's not worth that much. I want to sell it for 0.5. Maybe I will sell it for 0.5. But in this case, let's say, yes, I make a profit. Red guy makes a profit from reselling this on the secondary market, and I earn 1.35 Ethereum from that transaction, and the artist who created the original NFT gets a percentage, let's say 10%, which is 0.5 Ethereum. And every time another new green guy comes in wanting to buy this for more, and green guy wants to sell it, the artist will keep getting 10% or whatever percentage that they want to get. So in the next section, I want to talk about why artists should get into NFTs as soon as possible. I know I spelled that wrong, but whatever. In this section, we're going to be talking about two different parts, the playing field and the crypto investors in the playing field, how artists affect this, and a special kind of people in the field called artist investors. We're going to be looking at what the profits and gains versus the adoption time, and I'm going to compare the kind of profits and gains you can get when we compare it to Bitcoin and what it looks like from the NFTs world, what reselling could look like in the secondary market. So first of all, NFTs, this is what the playing field looks like, right? Let's say maybe a few weeks ago, there are a whole bunch of crypto investors and there's a few artists. Then, news about Nyan came in, and people like Gary V or whatever, Gary V, or even Logan Paul have been like trying to get people to get into NFTs, and a whole bunch more crypto investors are coming in, and they're making it grow and grow. The thing is, not too many artists are coming in, and this is primarily because of how difficult it is to get the information out there. There's not much knowledge. There's a lot of information out there, and it takes a while for you to get into it. And hopefully this video will get more artists to even out the playing field a lot more, thus growing the NFT playing field heaps more. Let me just put that to the back. Yeah. So in terms of the playing field, the crypto investors, let's have a look at what they are like. They're definitely very tech savvy, and they're very fast adopters. They often have between medium to high disposable income to invest in this sort of thing, and they have a lot of knowledge about acquiring money. The only disadvantage I see in them is that they have little knowledge in the art community, and they normally follow trends set in pop culture, or they follow what their investor community is doing. Artists are somewhat tech savvy, and they are a little bit above average, but they will not adopt the technology as quickly as crypto investors. On average, most artists don't really make a lot of money. They have very little to a little bit of disposable income to invest. However, they just have to make art, and that's they're already into it. That's zero cost for them, and there's potential to make quite a bit of money in the secondary market. Now there's a special kind of a new person that can be in the space, and these are this little lovely section over here. These are the artist plus investor sort of people. They have all the advantages of crypto investors and artists with no flaws, and they're fast early adopters. They're able to make art to start making profits. But the key advantage that these guys have is that they also, like other artists, they follow artists so that they're more likely to know when a popular niche artist gets into NFTs, and they'll definitely be able to buy the art cheap and sell at a high profit later down the line, potentially. Now, to explain the kind of profits that you can see, let's go to another piece of crypto. This is Bitcoin. So in 2010, let's say you can buy Bitcoin for $100, and in 2017 you could have made $1,000 if you cashed out on your Bitcoin. But let's say if you bought $100 worth of Bitcoin in 2018, and if you cashed out around 2020, you would have lost money. And if you tried exchanging your Bitcoin for dollars, you would have lost $70 and get only $30. Now, nowadays, it's the curve is evening out a bit. And let's say if you do invest, like say $100 in 2021, you could potentially earn $500. So if you see over here, the gains, if you got in early, were much higher than if you get in now, which if you look at this graph, your gains won't be as high if you got in later. But if you got in after the big high over here, you would have lost money. Now, why am I showing this? Because if I compare that to what we can get in profiting from selling art, it's pretty much the same. So the Nyan Cat, in my opinion, got the curve to go up in terms of adoption rate. So now a lot of people, a lot of artists, crypto investors are getting into NFTs, and they're all getting in there because they have a lot of FOMO. So let's say if you initially you sell your own art and you manage to sell it for $100 in the crypto rush, you could potentially get quite a high if the person who bought your art initially were to profit off it and they were to sell it for, let's say, $200. They doubled. They managed to make $100 after buying it for. They managed to make a $100 profit after buying it for $100 off you. But the thing is, because you have like a percentage in the secondary market, you could earn 10%. That's the high, but you can earn 10% from that person's $200 profited $80 actually. Now, I say this because if you initially, let's say you manage to sell in this time at this specific time over here, and the adoption rate and the value of art in this time, or NFTs in this time, goes down, you might have sold. Let's say you sold your art around here, and the curve and profit gains goes down. You might not get too much money, but that's okay. At least you earn like a dollar or something from in the secondary market. That's still okay for you. But let's say you sold your art over here. You could potentially get maybe a $5 profit in the secondary market. So you would have gotten, let's say, $105 if you sold your art and someone else sold it in the secondary market. Or if they keep reselling it, you get you should get a little bit of profit from there. So why I'm showing this is that if you get in here, you would potentially make more money earlier because you got in here, and everyone in this section over here in this crypto FOMO rush, they're trying to get in, and there's a gold rush to make profit off it. And I'm telling you that you should get into it as soon as possible so that you can benefit as much as possible from the gold rush. But even if you don't get into the gold rush, that's okay, because NFTs is such a revolutionary piece of tech that you will still profit anyway if you get in late. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention as well, and this is very important. Forget that it says here dollars. Wait, where am I? Yeah, forget that it says here dollars. Forget that this is dollars. Let's say this is Ethereum. Let's say this is 100 Ethereum. And this is very important as well. Remember how I said that the price fluctuates quite a lot, right? So if you were to sell this Ethereum, your artwork for 100 Ethereum, for instance, because of how wildly cryptocurrency fluctuates, it could either go down, but at the rate that it's going, it's actually going up and up in the future. So if you were to sell your your artwork for 100 Ethereum, and it was worth, let's say, and 100 Ethereum today is worth, let's say 100 Ethereum is worth 1,000 US dollars. In the future, that 100 Ethereum could be worth, it could be worth 10,000 US dollars. So even if you, let's say you manage to sell it for 100 Ethereum and just leave that money, just leave that money in your MetaMask wallet and just forget about it. You're going to gain money anyway as the value of Ethereum goes up, and the same goes for all your anything that gets sold on the secondary market, an amount of money, but you will earn as the value of Ethereum, the cryptocurrency, will potentially go up, but it could also potentially go down. So let's say if you do manage to earn 100 ether, $1,000 worth of Ethereum now, it could be worth like $5 tomorrow. But yeah, do keep that in mind as well. Okay, so now let's talk about selling on the secondary market, and only on the secondary market. So let's say you bought a piece of awesome NFT crypto art from someone, and you got it in the beginning of the right before the crypto rush over here, in the upper part, crypto FOMO gold rush coming in. Let's say you bought someone else's art and you managed to profit off that art. That's great. But if you bought, let's say at the top of the curve over here, and you bought like a piece of art, the thing is, you don't know where you are on this chart. Maybe you bought a piece of art and you thought you were over here, but when you're actually over here, you're at the end of the crypto FOMO gold rush, and the art that you bought, you might find later that it's worth absolutely nothing, because after the gold rush, you might find that the art that you got might not be worth what you paid for. And the really big warning over here, unlike Bitcoin, if you were unlike Bitcoin over here, if you can still get back a portion of the money that you invested in 2018. But let's say if you found yourself here at the bottom of the curve and you want to get out, you want to sell that art because you need some more money, you'll find that maybe the art that you thought was going to be valuable is actually not worth. No one's willing to pay that money, and the biggest risk is that maybe no one wants to buy that art at all. So in terms of risk, that $100 that you spent, you completely lost that if no one wants it. So you need to be very careful about how you invest in the secondary market if you do go around this route. But I do have some more tips later on about how to conduct yourself as an artist in the secondary market. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But definitely the reason why I want you to get in as soon as possible is because the market gets to determine what art is valuable. See, the old traditional art world, which is a centralized system, has no power in a decentralized market. Well, they kind of do, but they don't get to decide what's valuable or not. I mean, Beeple is being recognized by the old traditional art world. Now, anybody, including artists who have made profits from crypto, can support the art community. And if artists like you and me want to have a say in what's valuable and what's not, we should definitely get in as soon as possible. Now, into the next section, this is going to be the meat of this video, is what you need to get started. So in this chapter, we're going to be talking about three things. What's a crypto wallet? What are exchanges, and what are NFT marketplaces? A little bit about crypto wallets. It's where you store your cryptocurrency after making a sale. There's lots of information about wallets out there, and I'm not going to talk about all of it. There's this really cool video that I recommend you should watch, and I recommend you Google this, and it'll tell you everything you need to know about what crypto wallets are. It'll explain all the different types of crypto wallets, but the one I'm going to be talking about is a software wallet in this video. And a little bit of a safety warning, because you need to be educated in keeping your wallet safe. Crypto wallets are a big topic, and I really recommend that you do research on it. Treat your crypto wallet like a real wallet. Do not give anybody access to it. Once they do, they control everything, just like a real wallet. If someone steals your wallet, they have everything. They can have access to everything in it. If you are responsible, if you lose the details, there's no way to get it back, and no one can help you to get it back. You are literally responsible. There's no going on. There's no hey, I forgot my password. What was it again? There's nothing like that. Once if you're not responsible, I really recommend you start becoming more responsible when thinking about crypto wallets. Now, I recommend you write down the details and put it somewhere safe, and I'll show you what I mean about that. Always research on different ways to keep safe in terms of your crypto wallet. And when you do get a crypto wallet, I recommend you get different crypto wallets, because like I said before, you never put your eggs into one basket. You don't want to put all your money in one wallet. It's like you don't want to put all your money in one wallet. You want to have it somewhere else, like in a safe that isn't on you all the time whenever you move around. Also, another thing that I didn't write over here that I should really tell you about, there are a lot of people out there who are prey on people who do not have any kind of crypto knowledge, and they will try to sort of scam you into revealing your seed phrase or giving access to your digital wallet. And I recommend really looking online. If you follow these some of these rules, there's definitely more out there. You'll definitely keep safe. Now, the wallet that I'm going to talk about is called MetaMask, and I have another wallet, but this is the one that's being used by all of the NFT marketplaces. Whenever you use Facebook to sign in to some websites, it's kind of like that. You use this one to sign into NFT marketplaces. So when you sign up, you're going to get something called a seed phrase, and these are a whole bunch of different words, and these words will give you access to your digital wallet. And once you have this, don't lose it. It's yours, and if you lose it, it's gone forever. So as I said before, you need to write it down, probably put it in a safe. Don't store it anywhere digital that can be hacked, or even don't save a screenshot and put it in your phone. I really recommend Google crypto wallet safety to learn more about security. And when you finally do sign into your digital wallet, you're going I forgot to mention that this MetaMask has a Chrome extension, and that Chrome extension is what lets you sign into all those NFT marketplaces. This is a screenshot from my Chrome extension, and there's also an iOS app as well. So with your wallet is what lets you store your NFTs there. And you'll also have your cryptocurrencies here as well. You're going to need this to connect and sign into the NFT marketplaces. As I said earlier, there's a Chrome browser extension. There's also an iOS Android app. But the most basic feature of this, actually, I should really expand on how you can store your NFTs. So like I said earlier, an NFT is sort of like a title or deed, and you're going to need somewhere to store your title or deed, right? So this thing is sort of like the folder or the safe that you put your title in or deed of a piece of land that you have, and you put it, this is your safe to put in. Now the basic features of a crypto wallet is you can send crypto and you can also receive crypto. I don't know why they call receiving buy, but I think it's because most people who use MetaMask are new to this. So normally it's not called buy, it's called receive. But I guess they put buy first because that's literally the first thing you need to do anything. Now, when you want to send crypto, this is what you'll be getting. You'll have to either scan a QR code or manually type in the code, and you'll be able to send to someone else's wallet or to another wallet. And receive crypto, you're going to need, like I said earlier, you're going to need to buy some Ethereum for gas or transaction fees. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is when you hit buy. In here is you can buy Ethereum with wire. So you can exchange your currency, which is most likely a US dollar, to a cryptocurrency. All you need is a debit card, and it exchanges your US dollars and transfers it directly into your MetaMask wallet. So you're going to be seeing lots of little weird messages, such as confirmations. So if you didn't skip the NFTs crash course part of the video, it's just a way to show you that the blockchain is confirming that the transaction is legitimate, like I said before. So don't worry too much about that. It should give you an estimation of how long the transaction will take. It's the thing is, because there's a blockchain, it takes time to confirm all of that. Right now it's limited to only a few countries, so you will need to register for an exchange if your country isn't listed in Wire. Now though, one thing about Wire is that you can't exchange your Ethereum for US dollars. So it only lets you buy Ethereum. You can't exchange your Ethereum for US dollars. The next section that we're going to be talking about is, directly deposit Ethereum, and you're going to be, when you hit this button over here, view account, you're going to be getting something like this, and it's a bit if you don't know anything about transactions in Bitcoin, you're going to be wondering what the hell is going on over here. What is this? It's going to be very confusing. Like, what are you supposed to do with this? Just a little note, I censored off my my QR code, and in my code over here, you don't necessarily need to censor this, but I don't want you to think that I'm trying to get you to send me any Ethereum and you end up losing some ETHs because you accidentally scanned my code. So yeah, it's been censored for that reason. But yeah, no, what do you do with it? You're going to have to sign into a crypto exchange that operates in your country or your area, because this is the fastest way to get your Ethereum, but this is the long way, much longer way to get it. And the advantage of getting signing up for a crypto exchange is that you can buy Ethereum, but you can also exchange Ethereum for your currency. Now, you're gonna have to find one online that operates in your region. Coinbase is a popular one for the US. I really recommend researching what the best one is for you. And also some countries have crypto ATMs, but some of them only trade in Bitcoin. Now, if you're not in the US, you're going to need to find a crypto exchange that operates in your region. So I recommend you Google crypto exchange, and in your city or your country, you're going to be presented with a whole bunch of options. But just pick a few, and I recommend you type in what the crypto exchange is called, and then Google and hit review, and just find out what people in your country think about that crypto exchange. Now, a little bit of warning and safety tips. Whenever you're looking for an exchange, make sure that you're not being led to buy crypto stock, because crypto stock is sort of like you're not buying the actual is currency. You're borrowing their crypto with a sort of an IOU. If I were to use an analogy, it's sort of like a piece of paper that says, I owe you this much Ethereum. Whenever you do search for anything like crypto exchange, you might, the first, depending on your country, it might not be for crypto exchange, it might be for crypto stock with crypto. So just a little warning for you, and make sure you go into a good crypto exchange. Now, when you finally do go to a crypto exchange website, some of them have lengthy identification process, and some of them will ask for your bank details, and some of them will take a few days to confirm. Now, the reason for this is that crypto in the past has been be used for nefarious reasons like money laundering. So they want to make sure that they know where the money's coming from. And since your crypto is on a public blockchain, they want to be able to see where that money is coming from, and to prove if you're doing something nefarious like laundering money. Some crypto exchanges will ask you to exchange your money with their in-house credit. It's very irritating, but it's an in-house credit. And after you exchange for their in-house credit, you'll use that credit to exchange for crypto. Very inconvenient, and this is just if the crypto exchange you've been recommended has all of these steps. Like I had to go through all of this. It can be very time-consuming and very annoying. Now, once your account is live, you're going to get what's called an exchange wallet. You can exchange your money to crypto. I recommend you get Ethereum because that's what you're going to need in your MetaMask. And just like any crypto wallet, like a MetaMask, you can send and receive. I'm going to show you how to do that a little bit later. Now, an exchange tip. Just like exchanging real currency, you do not need to exchange, or you do not need to exclusively stick to one exchange. You can also exchange it with other people. You can exchange it at crypto ATMs. You can also exchange, Ethereum for Bitcoin. Now, I recommend that you take your crypto out of the exchange wallet as soon as possible, because and transfer it as soon as you can, because there have been some instances where crypto exchanges have been hacked, and people who left their cryptocurrencies in the exchange found that the hackers stole money from the crypto exchange wallet, and it was gone. Your crypto in an exchange wallet, transfer it as soon as you can. I've talked about getting Ethereum, and how much Ethereum should you get for transaction fees. I'm gonna go into that a little bit later, and there's a reason why, because it's a lot easier if I do it later instead of now. But the reason is because Ethereum's value fluctuates. Whatever value I would say now might not be valid when you start doing this video. It might be more, might be less. Hopefully for you, it might be less, but seeing as how crypto is gaining in value, it might be more. Well, we'll see. This is how you transfer your crypto from your exchange wallet to your MetaMask crypto wallet. So in the exchange wallet, I recommend you, once you finally have some Ethereum, you're gonna hit send. It'll ask you for a wallet or an address to send to. You can either scan a QR code or address or pasting the code. So in your MetaMask wallet, you scan this. You can either scan the QR code or copy the code over here when into the exchange wallet. Then you input the amount of Ethereum you want to transfer to your MetaMask wallet, and it'll show you a whole bunch of different transaction times and fees. Now each one costs more than another. Always go for the medium or recommended one. Now remember how I said that there's a blockchain of computers that are confirming that the transaction happened. The reason why there's 3 different prices, it might be confusing if you don't know anything about it, but the reason why there are 3 different prices is that the blockchain will prioritize higher fees, and if you choose the lowest one, it will take you like a long time to verify it. But if you go for the medium one, it goes anywhere between 1 hour to it goes anywhere between an hour or 2. And the fastest one, which is usually the most expensive one, will happen within a few minutes. Since you're not, I don't think you're going to be in a rush to send money to your MetaMask, so just go for the medium one. Now, once you do that, it'll show you how many computers in the blockchain have confirmed the transaction, and how many confirmations are needed before it will be reflected in your account. I don't know why I put this thing here, but whatever. Once that's done, you'll get a transaction. Oh yeah, I put it here for a reason. Once that's done, you'll get a transaction record, and the money that, let's say you bought 0.1 Ethereum, will be transferred to your MetaMask account right here. This wallet, your exchange wallet, and your MetaMask wallet will have a transaction record that this transaction happened. So yeah, now you finally learned how to transfer money from an exchange wallet to your crypto wallet. Now let's talk about NFT marketplaces. There are, let's say, 3 different types of NFT marketplaces. Let me just zoom out a little bit. And the first one is you're going to need an invite, and is also curated. And an example of this is Foundation has Nyan Cat on it, and the other one in the need invite curated list is Super Rare, and Beep will host his work on that on Super Rare. There's another one called Maker's Place. You do need an invite, but it's non-curated. Now the one I recommend doesn't have an invite, and it's also better for smaller artists, so you don't need an invite to go here. You can go in. An artist that I follow, Hydro74, went to OpeanSea first, but now he's on Super Rare. So I don't know if he's selling on both, but he started on OpeanSea first, and then a few days later, I'm guessing Super Rare decided, hey, this artist looks good on our platform. Now, I recommend definitely going for OpeanSea. OpeanSea is the one that I'll be talking about over here, and it's the largest general marketplace out there. You'll be able to get you'll be able to sell a whole bunch of stuff like URLs, gaming assets, your art, music, 3D, and even videos. It aggregates from a few other sites like CryptoPunks, or I think CryptoPunks, or CryptoKitties. So there are some other sites, but I know that Super Rare isn't on it. And like I said before, they all integrate with MetaMask. That was long. So now that you've learned on what you need to get started, let's get into the details on how you can make money on NFT marketplaces. Okay, so yeah, I'm sure you've been waiting for this. This is the place where you get a lot more details on how to really start making money on NFT marketplaces. So the first section is more details on selling your art like it's tangible. So once you use MetaMask to sign into OpeanSea, the NFT marketplace that I recommend. The usual with any website, whenever you upload stuff, is you'll write your artist profile as your user image. But the difference is that you have to make a collection or store, because when you sign into OpenSea, you're actually signing in as a buyer, and if you want to sell stuff, you have to make a collection of a store, collection or store. you will have to upload high-res images. I know this is so when I first heard about this, it was really weird for me, because as a digital artist, I normally upload low resolution and art, so that people won't steal my art. But because the people who will buy your art actually do own that individual piece of art, you will need to upload the high-res version of it. And I do recommend that you do a little bit of storytelling to help the buyer connect to it a bit more, and do this in the description. Now, when you start selling, so yeah, you'll do this. You'll upload you'll upload all your work, and then list it in your store. Now, once you list it in your store, you can start selling it. And when you start selling it, you'll come to these 3 different options over here: set price, highest bid, and bundle. I'm going to be talking about the first 2, set price and highest bid. So set price is, I recommend, this is better for artists who don't really have a big following. You can sell your art for smaller amounts, and it's definitely best for less established artists that have potential to be big. An example is Vin Art. I was following him when he didn't have too much of a big following, but he kept working at it, and he's a lot bigger now than when I started following him. Pretty great. Now, the other section is highest bid, and I stupidly started with this because this is what I saw the bigger people doing. But I don't be like me. Don't be like me and go to set price if you're not a very established artist. But if you have a good high social media following, yeah, I recommend that this is the place that you go to. And the minimum you could get here is 1 Ethereum. But you can definitely have bids lower than 1 Ethereum. But when I was looking it up, it seemed like the system won't give the art to the buyer until it hits 1 Ethereum. It could change in the future, or I might be wrong. And if I am wrong, just put it in the comments down below. But the minimum you get here is 1 Ethereum, which is 1.471 US dollar at the time of recording this video. The cool thing about this is that you can either sell one-offs, or so you can only sell one of the art that you have, or you can sell like a limited set. So like an example is trading cards. So you can have like say 100 trading cards if you want. Yeah, that's the cool thing about this platform. You can have one, or you can have one of 100. There are some platforms, I think it's Foundation, that lets you bundle commercial rights to the art. So that means that whoever buys your art can also reproduce it for commercial purposes. Now, once you do that, you will publish and post your mint, or publish, post, or mint your work for sale. And you're going to get this is remember how I said that I didn't want to say what how much you should get? It's because the website, when you post your first piece of art, this is when you'll find out how much you need to pay. And you're going to need to do a blockchain confirmation transaction fee to launch your store. I didn't want to get into it because it widely fluctuates. This is where you go back to your MetaMask browser extension and go on either wild, whatever, or to your exchange, and get some money in there. What I recommend as well is transfer a little bit more than what you might need. So I was asked to put in 0.88 Ethereum. I put in about one. Why did I put 0.8? No, I put in 0.088 Ethereum. I put in 0.1 Ethereum. Sorry, those decimals really confuse me. But yeah, and one Ethereum costs 158 United States dollars, but like I said, it can either, when you watch this video, it might be lower or it might be, most likely it'll be higher because it's trending up. Now, there's a reason why OpeanSea is pretty cool, because they have this feature that's mentioned over here in this article, is that the only gas fee you need to pay is to initialize your store. This is because most other markets, they charge a gas fee for every time you put a new piece of art onto their store, onto their marketplace. So if you're price conscious as a small artist, this is definitely a big plus for OpenSea, because you only need to pay one fee instead of if you're on super rare and you don't make any if you're on super rare and no one buys your art, you're going to be spending money putting your art onto that platform. So yeah, this is why this is so good. Price conscious artists. Once you do pay the transaction fee, your work will be minted and it will be ready to be purchased. And when you do that, you'll see like a sort of a public record of who minted it, and above that you'll see spaces for whomever who would have purchased it from you, and that's and whomever bought it. You'll see a record of everything. That's what's so cool about NFTs and blockchain. They'll be able to see, you'll be able to see who bought your art and who bought the art from that other person, and how much profit was made from that. Once you've done that, I recommend you start promoting it. Twitter is where all the crypto investors are. So second is probably Reddit. Use the NFTs hashtag and probably research other NFT related hashtags on Twitter. If you're more established, that's great. You can also publish it on your regular social medias. Some housekeeping that you would need to do after you do this is I recommend you go into the edit collection section right over there. Set up your secondary market percentage cut, because it's not set up automatically. Like I said earlier, the secondary market is where you can make money in the long term if someone else sells your art at a later date. You can set it anywhere between 1% to 10%, depending on you. I recommend going for lower, like say 5% if you're a smaller artist, and go for all out 10% if you're more established. And also, when you're here in the edit collection, get OpenSea to review your collection so that the collection is listed in their search engine. Yeah, and there's instructions on how to do that in here when you're in here, and I recommend you go through that and follow their instructions. So when you do start selling here, don't go into it expecting unrealistic results. If you have a small following, you might not make a lot of money. I have a small following and I'm not very established because I spent working instead of making a better art career. But yeah, don't expect making a crap ton of money overnight. If you're not very popular right now, don't expect overnight success. And don't expect to make big bucks if you don't have a high following or isn't tailored to an audience. I'll talk about that later in the bonus section. But now, buying and selling digital art for profits on the secondary market. So everything in what you need to get started is pretty much all you need for this, actually. But the other thing you need is a strategy. Remember, I like to always talk about this, but it's risky and speculative. I cannot stress this enough. You can lose money if you get greedy. This information, of course, is being given to you by an idiot who knows little about investing and should be taken with a grain of salt. I'm a noob at this. And if you're an artist watching this, you're probably a noob too. So be careful before throwing money into this. Only invest in what you're willing to lose. Let's say 10% of what you're ready to get rid of. If your risk averse, I recommend you invest whatever you earn from selling your art. If you're really risk averse and you don't make too much money, just stick to selling your art. If you don't have experience in buying to sell for profit, you're most likely going to lose money. So remember that. You will lose money even if you're and remember, even experienced traders will lose money as well. So if you do lose money and you feel like this isn't for you, the people who actually do this for a living lose money in this as well, but they also gain money. So if you're an artist and you're making bank on the secondary market, I recommend you buy art that you like. If the value of that art goes down, it's okay, because you still have art in your collection that you like. Buy low and sell high. Now don't get into crypto investor hype. If you are the artist, you know the market better. Crypto investors are simply outside observers following trends. As an artist, you are able to spot new trends because you passionately follow other artists, and the art world. This is your realm. From crypto art, I recommend you support smaller artists if you have great earnings, and definitely enjoy this new tool that helps artists make some kind of income. Some more active ways to make money as an artist. Like I said, you're definitely better positioned to have info on drops by established niche artists first. When established niche artists or ENAs become beginner crypto artists, get in that and buy low, and then sell when they get more attention from the crypto investors, because the crypto investors don't know a lot of these niche artists. To them, everyone's new on that platform. But if you're following artists and they say they're selling their stuff, get in on that. I recommend buy these popular niche artists as soon as you can. If you have and definitely as an artist, I'm sure you have some kind of relationship with more established artists, and use them for collabs, and I'm going to be talking more about this in the bonus section. And I really recommend you do research if you do decide to actively buy or sell for profit. Now, talking about making money, I just want to talk about how I make money right now. And I have a store where I sell t-shirts similar to this t-shirt I'm wearing right here. So this one got taken down actually, but yeah, that's another story. So t-shirts like this is what I'm selling in my store. There is a link down in the description to my merch store. Have a look at that. Have a look at my OpeanSea art collection as well. I'm selling this meme Area 51 design that I have that kind of screw me over with Etsy. I think they banned my Etsy account for this, and I don't know why. Made me reluctant to sell any work after that, but I'm trying to get out of that funk. If you want to hear my opinion on visual communication tech, I recommend subscribing. If you have any questions about NFTs or have ideas on how to use NFTs, or if I made any mistakes, because I am new to this, I'd like to know about it in the comments. I'll pin important info on the top to make edits in the description. Like this video to help YouTube understand that this content is useful to people like you. But most importantly, I want you to share this information, because share this with your artist friends, or even artists you love who might benefit from this information, because information is king, and information helps the creative community make more income. Now, I'm going to be talking about why I think NFTs are exciting. Don't worry, it's not that much longer, but in general, NFTs is a new product category, and whenever something new like this happens, there's going to be like marketing people going crazy trying to figure out how to monetize this new product category. It's crazy. And why it's so exciting is because it turns digital work into something that can be owned I've never seen that before in my all my years of creating digital art. Finally, as an artist, you know, if I were to think about it as a business, let's say GameStop, for instance, they could make income in the used digital market, so they can make a profit every time. Like you could probably sell your used digital games to someone and GameStop still gets a profit out of it, which is kind of crazy. Now for artists, it's definitely a new stream of revenue that isn't commissions or printing art as merch or even making knowledge or tutorials, because all like commissions, you make art for someone else that isn't, and you might not necessarily want to make that art, but you're doing it for money. Printing art as merch can be is great way to make money, but you are beholden to production or stores that, like me, like I mentioned earlier, Etsy banned my account for that art that I'm selling as an NFT now, and it's just so frustrating when when you get banned from an e-commerce store and you don't know why. And knowledge and tutorials, it takes a long time to make that kind of content. I mean, look at this video, it's probably going on an hour right now. But yeah, it's a new stream. NFTs is a new stream of content that isn't these three. You can finally sell art for art's sake. What's so cool about this is artists and designers can be hired to make NFTs by businesses. So that's an interesting thing. I don't know how businesses are going to use that, but I'm sure there will be more artists out there being hired to create like trading cards for, I don't know, Dungeons and Dragons trading cards or something, or a Yu-Gi-Oh card or whatever. And also, depending on the deal, some artists could even potentially benefit from secondary market royalties, which is kind of crazy. Like, I mean, let's say if you're a music artist and you sell your music on your music to your fans, but some fans and if you have a limited set, those fans can their limited edition NFTs, and then you can still let's say that artist, that music artist can profit from the secondary market royalties. What's so cool about it as well is there's no physical production costs. More profits go to artists or idea makers. And the last one is most crucial, and I think you definitely should pay attention to, is that there's going to be a new category of influential curators who are known for their taste or have some kind of celebrity, like an influencer like Gary Vee or something. So if they have a nice collection and they buy your art thinking that it's going to be valuable, it will help upcoming and established artists' work gain recognition in pop culture or even with a different target demographic than before. I mean, like for example, Beeple's work, the crypto art world is paying attention to it now, but I'm sure they never heard of a Beeple before this if they don't follow art. And that's what's so exciting about it, because influential curators will help artists become more valuable. Recap, before I go into the bonus, I just want to recap why you should definitely share this video with artists or art lovers. I think because besides it helps artists make money, artists should be involved in NFTs because we need to have a say in what art is valuable to society. We need to diversify who has a say on what art is valuable. It can't be only gallery curators or corporations. It should be creatives and people who love art who say what art is valuable. NFTs and crypto art is a crypto investors world. Let's turn it into a world full of artists and art lovers. And most importantly, I see NFTs as a way to help change the stigma that young artists feel when they're told that an art career is not a viable way to make money. Because I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably thought about it in the past that you probably shouldn't take up art as a career, you might not make any money out of it. And this is what your people like normies say all the time. Yeah, art is probably a stupid idea because you know, the prevailing image in society is that artists are struggling artists, they never make money. And NFTs, in my opinion, could potentially help change that stigma for the benefit to artists. And because of NFTs, I picture a world where say if I was young, a young artist thinking about making money, I'll be like, yeah, I'll be getting into it, and like, yeah, when I tell people I'm an artist, it'll be a respected thing. Yeah, I think that's why it's important that you know, people have this information to know more about the tech, and that's why I think you should share this video to them. Now, finally, to the bonus section. 4 more ideas to make even more money using NFTs. Okay, you've waited for this, and I promise you that this is going to be a gold mine, especially if you're an artist, and if you're a crypto investor, pay attention. So the main thing that you should do if you're in the beginning of the curve is, I recommend, and if you're not too established, or even if you're established, is make crypto fan art. This is the easiest way for you to get in to start making profit. Just like if you're like an anime artist and you make Naruto fan art, right? You know, all the Naruto fans are gonna love your art because they're like, yeah, man, that's my jam. I love Naruto. I'm gonna like your stuff. And then you find that all your original art doesn't have as much likes. So because there's a lot of crypto investors in here, they're probably going to look at your crypto fan art and be like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. So definitely make some crypto fan art. And to get some information on the crypto culture, I recommend going into Reddit, into you know, R Bitcoin, or even R NFTs, or R Ethereum, to understand their culture a little bit, and make some really give you inspiration on cool crypto art. You can even look at their memes to get some information. Easiest way for you to make profit: make crypto fan art. Now the second is to commission artists to make crypto fan art. So let's say if you know a popular artist, or even an up-and-coming artist who haven't yet got into NFTs, you know, get them an optional offer to pay them double their normal commission rates for the trouble of, you know, learning about this new method. I recommend sharing this video to get them up to speed. Now, what I recommend is you pay them 50% upfront, then 50% on an NFT Marketplace. This is very crucial. So you pay them on an NFT Marketplace. This is important because they need to, the blockchain needs to confirm that it came from them, right? And it originates from their artist account. And they need to program it so that they only sell it to your account. OpeanSea has a feature like this, and make sure that they list your account as the exclusive person who can buy it for 50% of what you said. And also make sure that the artist has set up their secondary market percentage rate as well. That way, when you profit from their work later on, they will get that you know, secondary market percentage rate. Now, bonus is you can use the unlockables feature in OpeanSea for a Patreon-style exclusive extra. Some artists out there, they go on Patreon and show extra spicy artwork to be unlocked for their Patreons. Now, here's a really, really interesting one, and if you're like me, you probably commissioned some artists in the past, right? So let's say if you happen to be a lucky person who commissioned, let's say, who's super popular that I can think of first, Sakami-chan. You commissioned Sakami-chan when she was starting up, and she was starting up as an artist, and it's just sitting on your hard drive. I recommend let them know how they can profit from this old art on the secondary market. They probably won't post it on the market because they feel like it's kind of because you paid for it, but let them know that what your plan is, and share this video if they don't know anything about NFTs. Definitely offer some Ethereum from the trouble. You'll need to give them some Ethereum anyway to make sure that the art gets transferred to you. And definitely like before, get them to list it on the NFT Marketplace, and then exclusively send it to your account, and then you profit. Now, established artists can do this too. Just get the people who commissioned you to buy it off you for cheap Ethereum, and then they can profit off the secondary market if they're into that. I'm sure the people who commissioned you would love to know that they can make money off art that they commissioned off you long ago. And why I say this, because I'm as an artist, I like commissioning my favorite artists whenever they have some work out there, and I like seeing let's say my characters in their style. And if you're lucky enough to have gotten a popular artist, I think this is a quick way for you to make money with NFTs. Now, another way is to make collabs, right? Collab with a more established, more established artist friends. So I recommend you make both of you publish the same art on your NFT market, NFT store. But make sure there's a way to differentiate it. Let's say this is like a little banner on the bottom or something that says this is one of two, created by one of two, collab version or something like that, and have both your signatures on it or whatever. Then post it on NFT Marketplace. Make sure that that in both descriptions that the other artist collection is referenced in some way. Now, the reason why this is so cool is because it's even though you're going to promote this as the cheaper version of that more established artist, it makes your work more valuable, because the more valuable artist's name is linked to your work in some way. It also gets people's eyes on your store, and definitely profit. Bonus tip: if you're going to collab, do some crypto fan art. Yeah, I'm sure those crypto investors would love some crypto fan art. And yeah, that's it for this video. It's a long sit and long video, but I really hope you liked it. And don't forget to leave a comment and like the video. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.